Today we're going to do a little bit of a rust repair on my 78 Cadillac ElDorado. And here it is. Unfortunately, it has this little bit of rust all the way around the vinyl top, wherever the screw holes were. This is a typical problem, and it goes all the way around to that side. So first thing I'm going to do is remove that trim, and then I'm going to start grinding some of the rust back. Okay, now this is several weeks later, and I've actually gotten the car painted. I've spared you guys a lot of the nonsense of watching me sand for hours and hours and all the filling and all that kind of stuff. It was quite a process of doing. I'll throw some pictures up there so you can kind of see what I did as I went along. But basically I used the Pour 15 body filler putty to fill all the rust spots after I'd ground them down with my Dremel. Then after I sanded that, which took forever, very difficult to sand that, I went around and I used some regular Bondo body filler, filled in all those holes just to make it smooth, sanded that, primed it, sanded that, and then primed it again. So, from these pictures you can see what I did, and now I will show you the finished product, which for what I paid for it looks phenomenal. The guy actually did a lot more work than I thought, and here it is. He actually painted the entire quarter panel, so no more rust here at all. There's a really bad spot here. It's not 100% perfect, but I do have the chrome strip that's going to go around here, which I'll put on today, which is going to hide most of it, as well as the pinstripe. But he did a phenomenal job. I will definitely be using him again because I need to finish my bumper fillers now. But he did a phenomenal job. This was actually the worst spot right here, and I can't even tell it was there. Now let's get to putting on that chrome strip, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so now I have the driver's side trim on as best I can. This is a giant pain in the butt. On the other side, I'm putting on some new clips. A few of these old ones can be reused, but these are what hold the trim pieces on. So let's get this one on. Okay, now that I've got this trim back on, which was a pain in the butt, and I didn't bother with showing you guys as I put it on because it was very frustrating, as was most of the other work that I did with this. Anytime you're doing rust repair, it's just a pain. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting on some new pinstripe because I had to take it off before. And I went to the local auto parts store, 3 of them actually, and they have every color, like silver, tan, black, gray, They don't have blue. They have any color but that. So I went to the local auto parts store, it would have probably been $6, and said it was $25 to order it online. And I'm getting way more than I need. So anyway, let's get to putting this on. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is lay it out here and measure out about how much I'm going to need. Okay, there we go. Now we have a few inches extra. So, nice thing about this is I do remember where it was. And that right there. It's actually fairly easy once you get started. I've done this before. trick is to do it little by little. So we're going to match up where it was at the door. Nice thing with this stuff is it is pretty easy to manipulate once you get it going. So basically, I am just going to follow the line of the trim. Take a little bit more. Fold it over. And then just continue to follow the line of the trim. Get into a little space where it's going to turn. Keep it as straight as you can. Now, if you don't have something to measure it up against, you can use little tape marks as tick marks on there. That works too. I've done it that way as well. And if you don't have it quite right, just give it a little pull, and it'll pull right back up. There we go. Going to measure it back with where it is on the trunk line here, so it matches up just right. Okay, we'll dispense with the stool for now and continue to see. Now that's not quite right. It needs to be up a little higher here. Just give it a pull, and if you want, match it on the top there, and there we go. Pretty simple. A little snip. This side we don't need. Next thing we have to do is peel out the little paper on it. It's a little plastic backing. Just give it a pull all the way along. Oops. Decided to pull up on me there. That's okay. It's still laying down just fine. There we go. I'm going to trim that little bit off, just so it doesn't overlap. Well, now to do the other side. It went a lot quicker than I thought. Both sides done. Looks perfect and brand new again. Not quite, but it'll do. Especially since I only paid $650 for all the paint work, and I did all the rough stuff myself, like sanding and filling. I figured that I could do, but I'll never get the paint quite right because that's not what I do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, sorry I didn't show you all the grinding and filling because it was just so messy and so aggravating that I just didn't film it. I kind of forgot. So anyway, I will have a State of the Fleet video coming out next, so watch for that one. And in the meantime, have a great one. Take care.